Hey guys, it's me, Liv again. Today I am bringing you what we did in the Mega Make a Take over at the Stamp and Scrapbook Expo that I went to this past weekend. So, I'm going to sit down for a sec, show you guys what we made. It started around 5. And it probably finished around 11 o'clock. So 5 p.m. to about 11 p.m. You did not need to stay with everything because they gave you this really cool book that had all the details of every single project. And they gave you a bag like this. So it had every single project in it. And you also got a free gift from Glue Dots Adhesive. And they gave you this, which had the thing of refillable glue dots. It had the super resistant permanent ones, super strong pop dots, and lined one, glue lines. So they came and gave you that as well as a thank you gift for attending the Make and Take. And I also got, and I'm not sure if it's for the Make and Take or because of the workshops that I signed up for. Can't really tell you. I also got some glossy photo paper for, you know, of course, printing pictures. And Totally Tiffany was a sponsor. And she gave us included for free this case, which is set for 12 by 12 paper. And you see I've already assembled it and I got paper in it. Really cute little magazine style. Hopefully you guys can see it. And also got that as a thank you gift for doing Make a Take and got to do all the projects. So let me show you different projects. The first one was by a company called Craft Fancy, and we did this card here. It came together very nicely, super easy to do, wasn't complicated at all. Came up with a pretty cute way of maybe keeping a gift card or something in there in terms of on top. So this is a nice little quick card. They already had everything pretty much cut out for you, but it is something that you could very easily replicate if you wanted to make more. So that was the first project. The second project was a necklace project, and I have to see if I finish it. This is a place called Craft Fantastic. I have seen it before. I did buy some of their stuff because, you know, initially I was pretty intrigued by it. I can't say I've gone much further with it, but it may be something that would work really well with maybe some of my mixed media projects. But anyway, it has these little discs and these domes. You use a special type of glue to put these glue domes on. You could actually put any type of picture in here. So you can put a loved one's picture, you can put a sentiment, you can do whatever you want in there. And the rings themselves are kind of cool. I think that's why I'm thinking maybe I'll use them for something else. And you can put them on necklace, bracelets. So we made this card with a bracelet that you can then detach and gives us one. And that was fun. Craft Fantastic. Gave you an extra one too, so you can always make another gift for someone. And they are from New Mexico. Then the next project was from Paper Wizard, and they did this. Had all the pieces taken apart, and then you put it all together yourself, but it was all pre-cut, so you didn't have to do any cutting, just do all the layering. So So you can see here, I don't know if you notice, with each of these classes, they have like a class starts at time and it just keeps going. So what they do is every half an hour, you're doing a project. If you're done in less than that, almost all the vendors had some type of sale going on. So pretty much most of the projects took maybe 15-20 minutes, and it was 10 minutes of sales, and then they went on to the next project. So it kind of went like that for the rest of the night. So you can see, ta-ta, here it is. And this is actually very useful. I really did like this because it's definitely something I can use. Then this was from Crazy Creations. Now this is, if you saw my haul video when I was talking about those black outlines, this is the company who makes them. And this I thought was a really cute idea, and this is where I got that from, is they have these black outlines, and then you could fill it in with any kind of paper. For example, you see there's multiple types of glitter paper used in here, and then solid papers. And it just leaves a nice little layering look. And then they also have all these sentiments and stuff. This is actually attached to, this is just like a wood, some wood pieces that they sell as well. But this was a really, this came together super, super quick. But I really like the look of it. I think the glitter underneath the black outline came out really cool. Then this is these diamond dots. Now, prior to going to this, I've seen these, never ever tried them, and to tell you the truth, wasn't even on my radar to try. Well, I did not finish this one. I do have all of this. This is also by Creative Creations. This Creative Creations is based out of Houston, Texas. It is a family-owned business. Did get to meet the owner. She's a nice young lady, still in college, started by her parents. She took over and has really just grown with it. But basically, you fill it in almost like a puzzle. It kind of reminds me of, and maybe this is why it actually did intrigue me. I used to always cross stitch, and you know, I used to find out different colors with the different the thread. You're threading based on the different symbols on a thing and create a picture. So pretty much the same as that concept, except for with these shiny gems. And I don't know if you guys can try to bring it. I'm going to take this. What happens is, and I don't want to show it too much, this is really strong tape here right underneath. And then you put all these different types of shiny gems. And it's really cool. And you know what? Like I said, it was something that was not even on my radar, but after trying it, it actually is kind of, to me, oddly soothing. It's just very tranquil to sit there and dab them all on. And this is as far as I got, because again, like I said, these are only half-an-hour classes. And then, you know, they had given you the embossing, and you can do that on your own. So didn't get that far because I was working on the rows, but then the next one was from Scrap That, and they had us do a clipboard. Most of this was pre-cut. Now, a theme that you may see here is that I am not good at doing what somebody else does. Kind of like to put my own spin on things. It's just the way I am. So I did kind of change up where everything was and my placements and such to kind of suit me and what I like. But this was the image that they provided at the time. And then they gave us this glue stick, which I have to say was an interesting glue stick. I've never used it before. It's by Forever in Time Paper Craft Collection. It's really strong. So, something to think about. Not sure how I love it right now. But definitely had no problem holding this paper down onto this clipboard. So I give it thumbs up for that. Next is It's Cheaper Than Therapy, and they had the wedding dress box. Now that one, unfortunately, has kind of become discombobulated in my bag because it got squashed by a couple things. But basically, so you get the gist of it, and I'm going to reinvent it because it didn't really survive. It is a little favor box that we created. And they used a little bit of gold foil back here behind the die cut and such. So we're going to move on because that didn't work for me. The next is the Stamp Circle Cards by Stampistic. And you know, again, this is another one of those projects that were surprisingly therapeutic. So basically, it is a stamp, and each of these are rings of the stamp. So when you get the stamp, you stamp. See if you can see this large one that's in this picture. So you have all these rings, and then you have to go and you got to cut out each circle, fussy cut basically, each one to a different level of rings. And in this one we use pop dots on all of them, and then you can use these Swarovski crystals that they have, or you can use these other crystals, which they were kind of tricky to work with, but I do love the bling of it. So ta-da! So cut out all my circles, pop dots in there, and put on all these little gemstone things. They didn't tell you how to put that on. That was completely up to you. So this was kind of what was floating in my head when I did it. And I actually really, really like them. Why I say they're tricky is, I don't know if you guys can see it. So here's the sheet. And then you lift up the sheet, and here are all the gems. You do get a lot of gems in here, but they're super, super, super tiny. So that's probably what the trickiest part of this is, you know, using all of these, because they're so tiny to work with. But they do have quite the bling on them. So if you got a nice steady hand and don't mind doing that, that is actually a really cool idea. Then next one was a Winter Village Easel Card by Elizabeth Craft. I have to find it here. I'm not usually a white on white person, but I have to say, it is kind of cool. I always see white on white and say, that's really pretty. But when I don't really ever have the desire to do it myself. But anyway, so we created this super easy easel card with it. And here is my, and again, didn't hold up as well here because I did carry in my bag. But she also gave us some of those cool gems. I'm not even really sure what they're called. But let's see if she tells us what they're called. Glitter dots. They probably have a better name than that. But anyway. And she also gave us some of these little shiny snowflakes as well. So this one was really cute. And she did use part of that same adhesive roll that you guys see me use from Elizabeth. These are, some of these are like these actually made out of foam and on adhesive. It's a very thin foam, so you can't really tell, but this came out really cute. I do like this. Simple, but classic, I guess, is what I have in my head. Then the next one, what is this? No, I did not get to finish this. This is by a company, and I'm apologizing. I'm so exhausted right now, but I want to get this done because I feel like I want to pack all this away, and I can't pack all this away until I do other videos, because I don't know about you out there, but when I put things away, sometimes I'm not sure where the heck they are again. So, in order to not put them away in a safe spot and never find them again, I'm going to make sure I do these videos. So they had, you could do 2 cards and 2 layouts. They gave you enough for both, which I thought was very generous enough. So here is the kit that they get at the Mega Make It Take Extravaganza. So all I managed to get done then, and then I kind of completely burnt out, was working on the layout, which I thought was super, super easy, but really cute. So this is the layout. I really like the quilt idea. Definitely want to try it again with another matching collection. I got to perfect it a little bit. My sides were off. You can tell when I'm getting tired. I'm getting a little uneven. But I definitely like the concept. Like I said, I haven't gotten around to making the cards. So maybe you and I out there in Crouchy Land, we got to make it together and see what they suggest here. But I definitely am going to try this quilted look again because I didn't do as great of a job since I think by the time we got to this project, if you can see, it was already 10 o'clock. I worked all day. So as much fun as it was to be there, I think my tiredness got the best of me like it is now. So I hope you guys enjoyed what we did at the make and take. And like I said, we'll get back together to work on these quilted ones for cards and for the layouts. This is pretty much the same similar concept as you saw with the layout. And then this is a different type of quilting pattern. So I do like that they kind of gave you the measurements. So very easy to replicate if you want to do it on other projects. So I did enjoy the make and take. Definitely experience if someone wants to see it. Depending on your skill level, you may or may not be completely entertained by it. Some projects I thought were simpler than others, but I do know that they're working with a multitude of skill levels. So they can't do anything that's way too complicated. I did take a class that I thought was easy, but I did see that a lot of people in my class were struggling a little bit with it. So again, based on everyone's learning styles and how they do, I do understand why some of these projects, and the time constraints, since you can only pretty much have like 15-20 minutes to get them done before they move on, were the way that they were. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Give you some insight if this is something that you guys have ever considered doing in the future, if you have an expo that's anywhere near you. And I will do one more video of the 3 classes that I took and show you how those projects came out. Okay? Hope everyone has a great night, and I will talk to everyone soon. Good night, everybody.